Hey, got a special delivery today from Sideshow. Another piece I forgot that I ordered. This is number 303 of 500. It is the Batman variant premium format figure from Sideshow Collectibles. This is the modern color version, the blue and gray with the yellow belt suit. Jumped on this when I saw it because this is kind of the Batman coloration of my childhood. So let's unbox it and take a look at it. Love the big old bat symbol on the blue background. Batman, or Namtab if you prefer to read your words backwards. And there he is. That is a beautiful image of the statue with a blue filter over it. Love it. Love this color version. Thanks for doing this, Sideshow. I really wanted a beautiful Batman statue, but I couldn't find one that I could afford that I liked. And this one was with some points and different things, this one worked out. So first thing I'm going to point out here, this base is actually one of the reasons I didn't jump on the normal color version of this figure. I like bases to make sense. I like them to tell a story, but I feel like this is really just two Easter eggs, kind of, or one Easter egg and some rubble, and the position of this gravestone and this brick wall and this headstone don't make any sense in reality. So that held me back from pulling the trigger on the first version. I only pulled the trigger on this version because of Batman himself, and the green on the back, it's very pronounced. It looks almost a little too green, like it definitely looks brushed on. I like the sculpt though, but an issue with this base is the seam is not joined properly here. You can see here that there's a gap here and it's going down and back up, and this seam looks like the base here is two main pieces. Yeah, it looks like this piece is cast and this piece is cast. And the seam that they use to join these pieces here is not lined up properly. Like it should be actually up a little. This one should be up. And as long as the statue sits evenly, I'm not going to freak out about that. But that is definitely a quality control issue, Sideshow. And this gray on this base looks way darker than the photos. Actually, this brown looks darker too, which I don't really care about that, but I am noticing that. Okay, so here he is. It took a while to get the cape, to futz with the cape. It's still not really sitting the way I think they intended. I can fiddle with that some more. I think I can. There's kind of some space right in this area and this area for that first wire to kind of come out. So with some more futzing around, I think I can get it to sit right where I want it. But I think this paint on this Batman is a home run. And I'm noticing, I don't know if that's intentional or not. It looks like there's some gray speckling on the logo, like a gray wash. I guess that's intentional. It looks like a wash, so, which is fine. It just kind of stands out differently up close. But I think this coloration is a home run, guys. Sideshow, I think this was a smart idea. This belt looks incredible. It absolutely is beautiful. Like, it's multiple colors of sort of brass and copper and different types of almost steampunk looking things, but it works perfectly with the gray. And I like that there's a darker tonality here, even though it is the same gray. There's more texture here, so it holds on to more of the black wash that they put over it. His boots look incredible. See, this is the thing. I did not go with the black and white version, their original version, because of the paint job and because of the base. I think the sculpt is incredible. I think it's beautiful. It's amazing. I love, this is exactly my Batman in my head. I like the sort of medium height, slightly on the shorter side ears. I like the big face and the big chest and the big hands. and you know, the really beefy gauntlets and beefy boots and incredible belt with all the detail and that bright logo and the blue and gray and yellow. This is my Batman, 100%. The base, again, there's too much going on in the positions. I just don't think it's well done. The design is well done. It's well sculpted. The paint job is okay. I would give it like a 8 out of 10 maybe. I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. But the design and layout of the base, I think I'd give like a 6 out of 10. I just think it's odd. I don't see any scenario in which there's a partial top of a wall here that's falling down and there's a grave in this position, a gravestone in this position, and a broken piece in this position. It just seems like somebody wanted to do the sort of sorrowful angels thing, some cool brick and this, and whoever decided this in the design and sculpt was like, well, let's just do all three and mash them together. And they liked this pose, so they just positioned the pieces on the base to make it fit the pose. That's how this base feels to me. So I would not be opposed to actually making a new base myself for Batman. In this lighting, I do think the base looks nice. It's just a weird amalgamation of shapes and angles that I think held people back from getting this Batman piece, to be honest. And the other thing that held me back from getting the black and gray one is it was shaded so dark you couldn't see the beautiful sculpt. And like, especially in this area on the legs, especially the upper legs and the midriff and oblique areas on Batman, the shading is so dark that it doesn't really show off how cool he looks in this armor plating and his muscle structure. But I think doing this contrast of the blue and gray is perfect for this sculpt. It's unbelievable. I love this Sideshow. I love this. There's two statues that I had never bought because I never found one that I was happy with. Batman and Spider-Man. Even in the custom world that's out there, I cannot find a Spider-Man statue that gives me my Spider-Man. The pose, the personality, the combination of that with the costume that they pick, the base. I can't find a Spider-Man that's my Spider-Man, that makes me feel like it's mine. There's plenty of incredible ones out there. They're just not one where I want to put it in my collection on my shelf and say that's my Spider-Man. This cape is great, by the way. Obviously, it's mixed media, so it requires a lot of futzing. I'm going to mess with it some more. This is obviously not the permanent place I'm going to keep the statue. I think it's incredible, and this Batman is my Batman. It's the Batman. It's not about the base. It's all about the Batman. This is my Batman, 100%. And I wanted the tweeter head Batman that was blue and gray, but that got delayed really far out, and he's got the shorter than this cowl earpieces, which I like, but it's not my favorite. And his cape on the tweeter head Batman, his sculpt is beautiful. He's like this, really muscular, really strong, sort of middle-aged strong Batman that I love. But you turn him around and the cape looks super angular. It doesn't look flowy. It's flowy, but it's angular flowy. It doesn't look like a cape to me. It looks like a stylized cape. To me, this looks like a cape and a Batman. The only thing that's really stylized is the color choices, which is perfect because this was my favorite Batman toy, this color, So I think Sideshow, you should definitely do stuff like this in the future with other characters and villains. Appeal to our senses. I'm 34 years old. Our senses, our sensibilities from our childhood. I'm 34 years old and I'm a grown-up. I like a grown-up Batman, a mature Batman, but the coloration reminds me of my childhood, my toys from my childhood, and it's done in such a way that makes it feel modern and realistic. So keep doing stuff like this and I will buy more. Like, give me that Mr. Freeze. I almost got him because he kind of gave me the same vibes. Almost got him, but I passed. If I was like a huge Batman DC collector, I would have got that Mr. Freeze. But I'm not. I'm not going to complain to Sideshow about this base. Hopefully maybe they watch this video. This seam is not lined up properly. And this is actually lower than this, so you can almost see it. It goes up and then drops right where this seam is. So from the bottom, it looks kind of bad, but once it's all set up, you're never gonna really notice. And it doesn't seem to be affecting the tilt. So this is beautiful. I love this. Batman's amazing.